Okay, guys. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna talk to you about tranny fashion. And since I'm a trans woman, it'll probably be more focused around trans women. I look like shit right now. So please ignore that. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna start with is the classical, like, you see this in like a political compass. It's just a way to categorize it. So I'm gonna start with the four basic axes, and I think one of them is butch. So this is like the jeans and like a button top, but like, yeah, no skirt, nothing, no tights, nothing like that. But then at the top we have sort of the opposite of that. We have femme. A lot of this fashion will be like sort of what I'm wearing, skirts, dresses, all the obvious things. But now here comes the more interesting part. On one end we have sissy fashion. This is like blonde women. Like if you go in a church and you look at like the tops, like Hawaiian shirts, sissy fashion. And then we have faggot. Faggot fashion. This is fishnets, like band concert t-shirts, like ripped jeans, a lot of black clothing, like as a secondary color. And I think the idea is you can categorize someone as falling into any of these, and so I'll spit out a few. I myself tend to lean sort of femme-fag, just a little bit, like in this quadrant. I have a friend named Tesla. She's in like a gore grind metal band. Not my personal thing, but if you're into that and you want to support like a local band, that would, or I'll link that. Yeah, but she would end up somewhere between, like she barely leans sissy, but is definitely on the butch side of things. So she wears like crop tops, but they're button-up crop tops, and like jeans, but not just like regular jeans, like ripped jeans with like patches, which is why she's so close to the center between the faggot and the sissy, because she tends to lean a little bit sissy, but she still has a lot of faggot mannerisms in her outfits. And then over here, like on the full faggot side, we have like, if any of you have ever passed elementary school, which I'm assuming like at least a couple of you have, obviously, do you remember those kids who would go out at recess into like a forested area, and then they would like bark and pretend to be dogs? That's major faggot territory, like major. But then over here we have the like the blonde haired women, right? The people who bullied me. So they're cis. They're sissy. And this will also go with a lot of like, have you ever been to a Catholic school? My brother went to a Catholic school, and I swear to God, every single man at a Catholic school looks exactly the same, and they're right here. Literally, white shirt, jeans, maybe a sweater, and then that's it. That's fucking it. That's over here. That's major sissy vibes. Think regular blue jeans and the color gray and beige, right? And then we have that like full femme. Think of like movie actress number 457. Yeah, I think that's about correct. And then sort of on top of this whole categorization, there are subgroups within these areas that generally fall into specific aesthetics or fashion styles. Sorry, I gotta fucking ugh. Whatever. So we would have like generally alt fashion, like if you go to a band concert, what you're gonna find is people within, well, you're gonna find people who are like within this range of things. This is sort of the alternative box. And then maybe over here we have like, this would be like the femcel box over here. This is where like the femcells go, where they're very faggot and they can lean butch, but a lot of the time they lean like femme, but like gross femme. You know what I mean? Like, oh, these I'm wearing skirts and the tight, but I haven't washed it for 3 months. That ends up like right here. But then over here we have, I'm gonna just put this is blonde boy fashion. That's blonde boy fashion. This is blonde woman fashion. And this is where your sister goes. Probably. I don't know if you have a sister, but having a sister, your sister's probably here. That's just my gut vibe. Maybe she isn't, but I guarantee at least 50% of the people who have a sister who are watching this, they end up here. I don't know why, but that's what I think. Down here we have like emo rock boys. We have the skater boys. These are where the skater boys go. Yeah. And then we would also have on like the here we would have like businessman. So think like suit, tie. But like not like a straight suit and tie, you know? Like think blue suit and tie. Like a gray or black suit and tie, that would end up probably intersecting a bit with the blonde boy fashion. Actually, blonde boy fashion should be a little bit more femme. This is probably blonde boy fashion, which leans a very tiny bit in with the alternative fashion, but not fully. Anyway, let's go on a tangent about those elementary girls I'm going to talk to you about, because a lot of you kind of glazed over their existence, and they're actually a kind of interesting subgroup of people. So I was never really one of them, but I was friends with them, and I would intently look at the internal politics within those groups. So we're gonna have the greater group here. We're gonna have barking, fag, kids. So the first division I'm gonna make is pro-queer. And weirdly, despite them being pretty solidly on the faggot end of the spectrum, there's an anti-queer subgroup. It's weird. It's really weird. Like, and they'll fight. They'll have, like, civil wars over it. It's crazy. And then within these, we also have the femme and then the butch. So, a lot of you will probably know them by like wearing a skirt, but then the next day wearing an overalls. That would end up somewhere in here on the pro-queer. Well, no. The fashion between these two subgroups, the pro and anti, they kind of stay similar. So this section of the diagram is like, oh, I'll wear overalls and corduroys, but I'll also wear a skirt the next day. And then more on the femme side, we'll have people who wear like vibrant colors, but they'll not do it great. So we're thinking like yellow, purple, black. That goes here. That's like the non-binary colors or whatever. They'll end up here. And then on butch we have full black, probably wears chains, basically lives at Hot Topic. That's here. On the yeah. I'd say that one probably leans. No, that one's pretty equal. I would say the random colors leans probably to more pro-queer than it does to anti-queer, but only barely. I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. I hope I didn't look as hideous as I think I looked during that, but well, I'm trying to clean my room, but I'm procrastinating.